transforming 150 ohm into 75 ohm at 1 GHz must be designed. The following scheme must be used. It is constituted by the two cascaded relay-shaped networks with lumped components where the intermediate impedance is set to 50 ohm, to 100 ohm. Evaluate L1, L2, C1 and C2 and propose an alternative solution giving the same impedances 100 and 75 using only two distributed components. Okay? Well, the exercise is very easy. What you have to do is to design using the formulas I have presented on the Smith chart these two L-shaped sections. Actually, there is a constraint in this solution. The constraint is that the reactance X2 and the substance B2, as well the reactance L1 and the substance B1, must be positive. Okay? I know that there are two solutions when they solve a problem with the L-shaped network. So what they have to do is to choose between the two, the ones determining L positive and C positive. Actually, it should be not say that, it could be not say that this combination is possible. In some cases, the two solutions may be either or both positive or both negative for X, or one positive and the other one negative. It's not say that for whatever transformation you get actually one positive and the other one negative for one of the two possible solutions. Usually, in this case, the exercise has been proposed with a possible solution of this type. And so what we have to do is to select the one determining the scene here shown. Okay, instead of using the formulas, you can find the solution. The formulas is trivial, no? You have only to apply this.
How can we understand that there is a constraint for the positive? You say that?
You don't know at the beginning sorry, you don't understand. The constraint is set by the type of element. You are not able to realize a negative inductance, no? So if you have positive here an inductance, this means that the solution implies a positive reactance. If you get here a negative reactance, this is not good. Okay? Is it clear? Okay, instead of using the formulas, let's try to solve the problem with the Smith chart. Okay? Okay, for solving the problem, we normalize use the normalization with respect to, for instance, 100 ohm in the first L network. Sorry, the first network has to transform 150 into 75, into 100. This is the first network. This is 150, and we want to see here 100. So if you normalize to 100, this means that this is 1, and this is 1.5. Okay? Well, in what way we solve this problem? Okay. Let's suppose that we are here. We are on the load, okay? The load is 1.5 is load. Then we move just in this section. What happened? Where we are when we are in this section on the Smith chart? What we have changed moving from here to here?
We are in
Sorry?
we are
In substance,
in
we have moved on, we have changed only the substance. Then we are on the locus of point where the substance is constant, which is the cycle with G constant. So we enter here the current point, which is in terms of Z norm is 1.5 and reactance 0. Okay, then we draw the cycle with constant G passing for this point. Okay, so this is the locus of point where we arrive here. Okay, in the same way, when we move from here to here, we have added or we have modified the impedance only by the inductance, and then we have changed only the reactance. And then, starting from the center of the chart, this is 1, we have moved on the cycle R equal 1. And then we draw the cycle R equal 1.
Professor, can you change the background color?
Sorry?
Can you change
Yes,
the background
yes,
color?
yes. And then we draw the cycle with value R equal 1. Okay, now, obviously, this point, this section, must be either from this side or on this side. So, in other words, we have to satisfy, in order to satisfy this condition, we have to be on one of the two intersections. When we start from the load here, we have to move here or here. Okay? And in this way, we have added the substance corresponding to B. Now, the point is, what is the value we have to choose? The upper one or the lower one? Okay, let's observe here. When we are here, the increment is positive because we have included this in what we are observing. So when we arrive in this section, what we are observing must be a substance which is positive and then a reactance which is negative. On the Smith chart, where is the substance positive and where is the substance negative? Okay, in this case it is represented the Smith chart of the impedances, but the concept remains the same, the scene doesn't change. If you want, we can represent instead of the impedances the admittances, which is more clear. So in the display we can reproduce Y. Now it should be more clear because it is sufficient to read where are the values which are positive or negative. You see that here the value of the substance is positive, while the upper part are negative. So we are looking for a positive value. And so we have to choose the intersection we stay below. So store, go here. Okay, and you see here that the substance is positive, while the variation of the conductance is 0. So in conclusion, we have obtained BC normalized equal to 0.474. Okay? Now we have to move from here to here. That is, we have to go to the center of the chart. Okay? What we have to do is to store this point and then to arrive at the center. Store, go to the center, okay, delta z. Okay, this is the value. We have to take the increment positive or negative? Positive, because we have moved from here, looking in the direction of the load, this is not included. So when we move here, it is included, and then the increment is positive. The value of the increment is positive, and then this means that actually this is an inductance, and then the result is correct. The value then of XL is equal to 0.71. Now we have to denormalize these figures. That is, we have to multiply BC times 1 divided 100, sorry. The normalization was 100 ohm. And this gives 0.00474. This is the subjectance of the capacitance, and the inductance XL will be instead 0.71.100. That is 71 ohm. The capacitance and the inductance is obtained by dividing XL times 2 pi F0. This is the inductance, and BC divided 2 pi F0, and this is the capacitance. Okay? I don't repeat the same also for the other section. It's exactly the same, so there is no particularity to point out. Okay? Questions? No? It's clear? Okay. Let's move to the second part of the question. The second part says or asks for the solution using only two elements. Distributed components. That is, again, here we have a very trivial problem, because we know that what we are looking for is an element that transforms this one into 100 ohm, and another element that transforms 100 ohm into 75 ohm. And we know what is this element in a distributed form. What is it? Lambda 0 over 4, an impedance transformer. Okay? This is just able to transform a real impedance into another real impedance. So here we have a transmission line with length lambda 0 divided 4, and the characteristic impedance is square root of 100 times 104, 150. The other one, again, is a lambda over 4 length transmission line with a characteristic impedance of 75 times 100 and the square root. Okay? There is nothing particular to say. Okay, we can go on with the problems. Okay, we want to stop here, or we go on? Go on or stop? Go on, okay. Okay. This is a single stage power amplifier with given scattering parameters. The transistor is prematched at input with a lumped network having the following components. So we know what is C1, C2, L, and so on. The question is, evaluate gamma S and the corresponding value of gamma L that determines the maximum transmission gain GT, and then evaluate the value of GT. Let's start with this part of the problem. Okay, here we have not to evaluate or to decide what is gamma S, because gamma S is already set by the input network. So what we have to do is to evaluate gamma S from the input network. Okay? We can use the Smith chart again, but before using the Smith chart, we have to evaluate the values of the reactances and subjectances corresponding to the inductances particular, we have C1 equal 0.877 picofarad, which correspond to BC1 equal to 2 pi C1, sorry, time omega 0. Omega 0 is 2 pi times 3 times 10 to 9, 3 gigahertz. So replacing here, what we get is sorry. Okay, I have not reported the values here. We have to compute this, so 2 pi times 0.877 times 10 to minus 12 time omega 0, which is 3 times 10 to 9, equal then 2 pi 6 pi times 0.877 times 10 to minus 3.
0.016.
0.016. Okay, thank you. The same way, C2 is equal to T.92 picofarad, which correspond to dC2 equal to 2 pi C2 omega 0, that is 6 pi dot 3 times 92 times T minus 3. Do you have the value?
Seven
0.07.
and 38.
38, okay. And finally, L is equal to 1.31 nanohenry, which means XL equal to 2 pi time omega time F, this is F0, time F0, this is F0, time F0, time 3 times 92, times 10 to minus 9, F0 is 3 times 10 to 9, and then finally we have 6 pi times 3 times 92. This is the value to be computed.
$73.89.
89. Okay. These are the values which represent our input network. Now we have to normalize this value, because using the Smith chart we need to work with normalized values. So BC1 will be given by 0.016 divided 0.02, which is the inverse of 50 ohm. BC2 is equal 0.074 divided 0.02, and XL is equal to 73.9 divided 50.
1.47.
For
47.
47.
No, for the
XL.
right hand side.
This one?
Yes, 1.47.
Okay.
Zero point eight.
This one?
Yes.
0.8.
O kadar zor değil.
3.7.
3.7. Okay, now we can use the Smith chart for solving, for determining what is gamma S. Okay, please.
I think XL is not correct because we have used 3.9 instead of.
Oh, sorry, you're right. You're right. I used the values, the capacitors, not of the for the inductance. The inductance is 1.31. Please repeat the computation. Your timer.
24.
Okay? This one?
24.69. 24.
20 point. 20 point dot
No, 24 point
24.
69.
And then this divided 50. Zero 0.5 about
Yes, 0.49.
49. Okay. Now we can move to the Smith chart. We can, okay, what way we can evaluate our reflection coefficient? The situation is this one. This is one, and is the source. Then we have here BC1. Then there is here XL, and here BC2. And here, this is gamma S. Okay. Then we can start with the load, with this part. Let's observe that this is the load for the input impedance gamma S. Okay? So we start from the load. As a current point, we enter the admittance represented by a real part equal 1 and the imaginary part which corresponds to BC1, that is dot 8. Okay? And then this is what we are observing here, this section. Now we have to add the XL. What means add XL? Give an increment moving from this to this. And the increment is just equal to XL. So, increment reactance XL is dot 49. And the new point is the one shown there. And finally we arrive here by adding BC2. Observe that when we move in the direction of the source in the sequence, we are adding what we are observing in the direction of the load. Okay? And then the last one is 3.7. So increment substance 3.7. Okay, and finally we get this one, which is gamma S. point, what we have to do is to enter the scattering parameter of the transistor, because we have to evaluate what is the optimum gamma. The optimum gamma is selected once gamma S is assigned by imposing that the output of the transistor is conjugately matched. So in order to do this, now we enter the scattering parameters of the transistor inside the Smith chart. Dot 847. No. No. Okay, these are the parameters. Now we can verify that our device is unconditionally stable and the optimum gamma load is given by 178.21. But observe, we are not interested in this one, because it's not said that actually gamma S is the optimum gamma. So what we have to do is continue. We have already in the current point the value of gamma S, which is this one, and then we have to select optimum gamma load. In this way we get what is the value of gamma L to provide in order to maximize the gain, the transducer gain, once gamma S is assigned. Okay? So the value of gamma L opt is 0.765 with phase 179.8. Correspondent to this value of gamma L, we have a transducer gain given by 6.3 dB. Okay? Well, what we can observe here is that gamma L is practically real. Actually, we can approximate this by gamma L equal minus 0.65. The phase is practically 180. Actually, this is important because if you go back to the problem, you see that it is here requested to design the output network imposing the intermediate impedance Z prime real 100 ohm and assuming ZC2, that is this one, equal to 100 ohm again. Note that the first line is an impedance inverter. Actually, this line is an impedance inverter. And then, if Z prime is equals 100 ohm, gamma L must be the one corresponding to a real load, because an impedance inverter can transform Z prime only in another real impedance. And this is the reason why we have to take this one real. Because if gamma L is real, also ZL is real. We can see immediately on the Smith chart what is the value of RL or ZL. This one is reported already on the Smith chart. Gamma L is this one. Okay, you can zoom in order to see better this one. Okay, it's not exactly the horizontal axis, but we take it on the horizontal axis. Then we take this value. Okay, and you see that the current point is a real part of the impedance equal to .21. This means that ZL, the normalized, will be 50.0.21. Okay? It's about 10 ohm, 11 ohm, 10.5. This is the impedance corresponding to gamma L. Now, our line inverter must transform 100 ohm into 10.5 ohm. And then ZC1 will be given by the square root of 10.5 multiplied 100. 32.5, not .1. And so we have obtained the first transmission line. At this point, we have to transform 50 ohm into 100 ohm. This is a single stub network, trivial. However, what we have to observe that here it is requested to use a capacitance. So the element on the single stub network must be a positive substitutance. Again, okay? So we have to transform 50 ohm into 100 ohm. This is our single stub network. 50 ohm here. Then we have a transmission line. And then here there is a substitutance. And we want to see here 100 ohm. Normalize it, unite, this is 1 and this is 2. Okay? Okay. Here we are at the center of the chart. Sorry. Actually, it is not convenient in this case to normalize to 50 ohm. 50 ohm is the load. It is more convenient to normalize to 100 ohm. Okay? So normalizing 100 ohm with respect to 100 ohm, here we have 1, and here we have 0.5. At this point, this is a characteristic impedance equal 100, the same of the normalized value, and we have a length phi, which is unknown. Okay, if we move on the cycle at constant gamma, moving from the load in the direction of the source, we arrive here, where adding in parallel a substitutance, we arrive in the center of the chart. This means that in this section we must be on the cycle G equal 1. Then go back again to the Smith chart. This is just a point. No, sorry. The point is 0.5. So here mark it all. For the point, coordinate z normalized 0.5 is 0. This represents the load, this one, we are here. At this point, we are moving on the cycle, reflection coefficient, magnitude, reflection coefficient constant. So gamma current. This is the cycle. And we are moving in the direction of the source. That is, we are moving in the negative direction. Okay? Then we have to arrive in this section where we meet the circle G equal 1. Conductance value 1. Okay. So now what we are doing is start from this point in the negative direction, this one. We can arrive here or here. Again, what is of the two that we have to choose? This is more tricky than before, because when we arrive in this section and then we arrive in the intersection here, for instance, we are observing an impedance, subsequence, that must be cancelled by this one. So the sign of this subsequence is opposite to what we are looking in this direction. So in conclusion, if you want to get here a subsequence which is positive, because we want to get a capacitance there, what we are looking in this direction must be a negative subsequence. Okay? So this means that the right point is the one in the upper part. That is the negative, the one showing a negative value of B. This one. Okay, now I store the current point. Sorry, in any case, if you are not sure what is the correct choice, you can proceed up to the end. If you see that what you get is wrong, because it's with the wrong sign, you take the other one. Okay? So we have this point then in the memory. Then we select the intersection. Okay? Well, now we see here that we have moved with delta gamma equals 0, and this is the variation of the phase. Is this one the variation of the phase or not? No, because we have to move in the negative direction. Instead, delta will refer to the direction, to the positive direction. So we have to take the complement of this to 360, and then we have 360 minus 290, which is about 70 degrees. 70 is the variation of gamma, and then this phi is 35 degrees. Okay, let's see if the value is correct. Now we store this one. Now we have to add this. We have to move from here to here, adding this one. And what we have to add is the opposite of what we are looking into. We are looking into a reactance which is a subsequence which is negative, minus 0.71. And so if we give an increment to the subsequence equal to plus 711, no, we must arrive just at the center of the chart, and this is correct. So in conclusion, the value was just the one I had used, 0.711. Okay? This one, D, is 0.711. At this point, what we have to do is to denormalize this one, divide the denormalized value for 2 pi f0, and we get C. Okay? Questions?
How can we understand 0.711?
Sorry?
Last steps, 0.711, how can we understand?
When we was here, or when we was in the intersection here, this is the current point. Okay? You see that we are on the cycle G equal 1. The imaginary part of Y is what we are looking into this direction. If we want to arrive in the center of the chart, we have to remove this value. 7.711 is what we are observing in the imaginary part of Y, looking in the direction of the load. Other questions? Is it all clear? Okay, we can stop for 10 minutes if you want. Okay, just before. We can continue also tomorrow if you want, or we can stop today and we can use tomorrow for making work by yourself, as you want. So maybe reflect about this and let me know if you want to continue with this type of discussion, exercise, reflection, something like this, or if you prefer to stay at home or to stay here and buy the work and do the work by yourself. I am in any case available tomorrow if you want to go to my office and if you need explanations or clarification, I am available. If you want to go in the classroom and if you want to make also tomorrow exercise, let me know. Otherwise, we stop today. Okay, we finish today. Okay, for the moment we stop 10 minutes and then we